Sarah Stern for this great opportunity and her great efforts to represent me and tell my story of pain to many people. And now I have lots of support in the challenges that I have, especially recently. I am very honored and very grateful for Emmett. And it's a great privilege to be here tonight with you guys. Thank you so much for your support. God Almighty used the ignorant to confound the wise, and the weak to confound the strong, and the nothing to confound everything. I am ignorant, weak, and nothing, and God is using me, and I'm very honored to be used by God Almighty, the God of love against the God of hate. Yes, they exist. They are there. And I personally switched gods. I was very devoted to the God of hate. Why did I leave that religion, that belief? And trust me, most of the things that I say, they are politically incorrect. So I hope I don't offend anybody, and I have my reasons to say what I have to say. It's a calling, it's a duty. And I witnessed enough blood and enough sufferings of many victims of bad ideologies and fake gods that gives me, I think, the authority and the power to keep going. And nobody is going to stop me. I don't care if it's politics. Thank you. So, why did I leave? Why did I leave Islam? It's not easy to answer this question. But if I have an easy answer in my mind, I say because the God of Islam doesn't like music. Simple answer. And he doesn't like Jews. He doesn't like infidels. Also, he doesn't like Muslims. The God of Islam is the biggest enemy of Muslims. I cannot prove it. And he's sending them to death. He is enslaving them with shame, fear, and guilt. Those are the weapons that the God of Islam uses against the nation of Islam. They are slaves. They have been enslaved. They have been lied to. And to come out of that picture, of all that environment, and come to the God of liberty. Liberty of religion, liberty of all types of human weaknesses that everybody suffers every day. To come from a country that absolute control, its constitution, absolute control, liberty. To come to this great country of freedom and liberty. This is why America is a great country. This is why I believe this nation is a great nation. Not because of a strong economy, not because of strong currency or a strong constitution. Not only these, because of liberty. Because of the liberty that springs its roots from the teachings and the sacrifice of my God on the cross. I'm sorry, I'm not here to preach. I'm not a preacher. And I know that we are short on time. But all the credits goes to my God. When I was affiliated with Hamas, at the same time I was affiliated with the Israeli Shin Bet, Christian, a beginner Christian, I was reading the Bible, and one of the many verses said, "Give whoever asks you." So I was walking in West Jerusalem, the Jewish side of Jerusalem. And a homeless beggar asked me to help him. And during that time, I said, this great teacher of the Bible is asking me to help everybody, no matter what. Whoever asked me, he didn't say Jews or Christians, anybody. It's unconditional love and unconditional giving. So I gave that man just pennies. But from that point, my life started to change forever. It's all about humanity. Our God came in the flesh because He's human, because He loves us. He loves everybody unconditionally. And unfortunately, the God of Islam is not this type of a God. I think He's a terrorist because He mandates killing. And by the way, when we talk about the Quran, there is a huge difference. There are in the Bible violent verses. And I am not saying that the Quran also has some violent verses. What I'm saying that the Quran mandates killing. It's a way of worshipping. It's a way of worshipping by killing everybody who doesn't believe in Islam. And from Islam, as a name, by the way, when we hear Islam, Islam means submission. Islam doesn't mean peace. Salam means peace. Islam means submission. Submit, or the options are not good. It was our project. I know enough about it. I was devoted to that. And either, if it's in the United States or maybe somewhere from an island, thank God for technology, if I have to be somewhere else, I will keep fighting the God of Islam because He's taken my family from me. I don't blame my family for disowning me today. I blame their God. My people are fighting for liberation, Palestinian people. And who's their greatest enemy? Israel. They want to destroy Israel so they become liberated. While they worship the God that is really their enemy every day. They don't recognize that they're worshiping their biggest enemy every day, and they're looking for other enemies outside. What will happen if Israel just disappear from the map? There is no Israel anymore. Will there be peace in the Middle East? Palestinians will kill each other, I guarantee you, and it happened. I said this, by the way, before what happened in Gaza. I'm not saying that Palestinians don't have the right to be like any other nation. Those are my people. I know enough about their sufferings. And I cry for their pain. But they need to take serious steps toward, first, to understand what liberty means. What freedom means. In order to fight for something, you need to understand what you're fighting for. You cannot fight for liberty while you don't understand what liberty means. You cannot achieve liberty while you're killing liberty every day in your house, in your heart as individual. Those are the problems that... And those are the biggest enemies. Unfortunately, maybe many people gave up on us. And I'm telling you, I'm not the only one. We have lots of heroes. They're working in the shadows. We don't take our permissions from governments. And we can do our duty without financial support, without anything, with the power of our God. In order to defeat this evil God, we cannot defeat him with any type of nuclear weapon, unfortunately, because it's an idea, it's ideology. And when we have ideological problem, we need ideological solution. We are going to seed the doubt in the mind, in the heart of every Muslim, suicide bomber, terrorist, moderate, fundamentalist, fanatic, all of them. We're going to see the doubts of their God in their minds. We are going to help them to understand their God only exists in their minds. He's a illogical God. He doesn't have moralities. He doesn't have responsibilities. He's a terrorist. He exists here in America, not only in the Middle East. And he's very dangerous. He exists in every mosque and in every society in America. We will keep fighting him. We're not going to stop. We're not going to give up. Yes, I am weak.